Welcome back to another Sunday walk video. It is beautiful out, not too hot, not too cold, and the scenery is fantastic. So let's talk about what happened yesterday, how significant that is for this coming week, and what's going to happen this week without all the macro news. What about all the macro data? We're not going to get any of it, so let's talk about that as well. All right, first things first. What happened yesterday? Well, Bitcoin broke its all-time high. Just slightly, but it did. Bitcoin all of a sudden gained a lot of momentum, jumped up to about 125.4 before settling back down. We're about like 123 once again, but we're itching closer and closer. And I think that's like a what do you call it? Precursor to what we may see this week. And that is gains, green, and pumps. Because we're about in that time where things start moving. Okay, this happened last year. Some of you guys may remember about the second or third week of October is when things started moving up in a big way. And for the entire year, we didn't move until we hit October, and then we really didn't stop. And if you look back in the charts, it happened in 2023 again too. So there's something about October that jump starts. And obviously this year's different, or should be different in 2024 and 2023, is because this is 2025 and it's the final year of the 4-year cycle, which should make it even better, right? So yesterday, I think that was basically a warning to the bears. Or you could say, you know, it's, what do you call it? What flag is it? Is it green flag? The get ready flag, whatever color it is. But I think that's what we're going to see this week. I think Bitcoin, even maybe tonight when Asia opens up, I think Bitcoin has a really good shot of breaking back to the 125 and continuing forward and finally moving towards that next leg up, that next level that we've been waiting for a while, and that's between 140 and 150. And then we may rest there for a little bit and then boom, make the next level to 200,000 plus. And that's something we've been waiting for a long time. But Bitcoin is there. It's moving now. And yesterday when Bitcoin was moving, a lot of alts did too, in a big way. And they have since settled down, but I think what most of you guys are waiting for is altcoin season, right? I think that's the biggest question mark. I don't think there's any question Bitcoin will go higher. The biggest question mark is how good is altcoin season going to be? Because obviously, a lot of you guys know that besides a few outliers, everything else is still way down from 2021 highs. A lot of bag holders want to see their bags come back up, right? So that's the big unknown. But obviously, the outliers, the ones with the biggest communities, the ones that are getting ETFs, they're the ones that are doing the best right now. Speaking of ETFs, there's just rumors that all the pending ETFs are going to get approved like any day now. Any day. And it could be as soon as Monday or later this coming week. I think that those are going to be really bullish for all the ones that pending ETFs like Sol, XRP, Cardano, AVAX, SUI, and many others. I think you're going to see them move in a big way once we get those approvals. Okay, and that's coming. That's coming up. It could be this week. What else is there? So yeah, going back to this question, how good will altcoin season be? I guess we'll have to see. Besides these outliers, I think there are certain fields, certain niches that will do well. I think AI is going to be doing really well. I don't know if you guys have seen the video generation, the new video generation for Sora 2. If you're on TikTok, you've seen a lot of them. They are amazing. They're getting to the point where you can't tell the difference anymore between reality and AI. So every iteration, VO3 from Google when it came out was pretty darn amazing. And a lot of people were making fake AI videos, but you can still tell that they were fake. But Sora 2 videos now are so real. Yeah, they make glitches sometimes, but the ones that have no glitches, you really cannot tell that they're fake. Their voice is perfect, their movement is perfect. People have like Sam Altman, like breakdancing or crying or doing whatever, and it looks 100% real. People have generated like Kobe Bryant and Tupac and all these guys walking the street doing vlog. They look 100% real. I haven't been able to test it because they don't have a Google, they don't have an Android app, they don't have an iOS app, but I gotta test it out. But anyways, AI is only gonna get more popular, more useful. So I think the AI niche for crypto will be a big one. So I think AI crypto projects, and whether they're like pure AI plays or databases, data marketplaces, compute like DeepIn stuff, I think all of them will do well. It makes me wonder about WorldCoin because it is founded by Sam Altman. He doesn't talk about it a lot, but it's very, very controversial because it's about like scanning your eyes to make sure that you're a human. So it's very intrusive, but because it's by Sam Altman, I don't know, could be doing very well. But there's many other AI plays out there. I think AI is going to do hot. The L1s that are into RWA and obviously getting ETF, they will do well for sure. I think a lot of them are still like kind of hanging in there, especially a lot of the popular ones in 2021. I don't know, they've kind of just been like lost in the sea of stuff, right? So I don't know if all of them are going to come back to the full highs, but I think they'll make moves. I just don't know if they're going to break their previous high. Yeah, and definitely memes. I think memes are going to come back. Here's the thing. Regardless, because now that I am a project founder, and you guys know that, but I started looking, okay? Basically, it doesn't matter if you're a L1, you're a AI play, you're a meme play, a gaming play, whatever play. The most successful ones, okay, besides a few, have one common thing going for them, and that is timing. They all came out right around hot peak like altcoin seasons or hot peak like pump periods. For example, a lot of you guys remember during the election after Trump got elected, from that November to January, how hot things were. People thought that was like altcoin season. That was actually just a brief stint of it, and a lot of alts in that period are still doing better than alts now. But memes exploded then. That's when a lot of the memes, for example, I don't know, just throw some off the top of my head, like Turbo or Brett and all these like newer memes, they all caught on fire then, and then now they're where they are. And if you look at some of the successful chains that I've been talking about, for example, I don't know, like Sui, for example, right? Or AVAX or Solana, these guys, they all came out like, yeah, they came out before altcoin season, but how they caught on was altcoin season. So altcoin season changes the game. Even my channel, I'll just use my channel as an example. Same thing. For years upon years upon years, my channel didn't gain any subscribers, didn't get any views. And then during the hot altcoin season times and basically Bitcoin pump times, that's when I gained the most subscribers and views. And that's how it is with every person's channel in crypto, right? So timing is so critical. It's so crucial. There are many very good projects founded by really established leaders they would launch their project in like the like right in crypto winter or some really bad time, and they never go anywhere because it's just like at that time people are scared. They're not investing in anything. They're not paying attention. So timing is so critical, so crucial. That's why most of the successful projects in this space that we're talking about now, they built that community beforehand, and then when altcoin season came, they all benefited, right? So I think that's a very, very important factor, because if you're building in the middle of crypto winter, I hate to say no one really cares. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what partnerships or collaborations or roadmaps you release and what upgrades you do. Just no one cares. But all these pieces of news, when released in altcoin season, guess what? People pay attention and people FOMO. So it makes a big difference. So anyways, this is the time, I believe, starting now to the end of the year, is when projects really need to push and push hard, right? And market conditions turn very favorable, which I think it is, may even start tonight going into this week. This is the time to really be pushing, right? And as an investor, this is the time to be paying attention to what's going on. Momentum plays, certain niches that makes a whole lot of sense, like AI. And of course, you got to stick with Bitcoin. Don't ever ignore Bitcoin, but there are a lot of projects that are going to do very, very well. That's why I know a lot of you guys know my project Clash. I'm going to be pushing forward. It's been amazing. I already released an update video yesterday on my I Am George channel, so I'm not going to rehash everything. But it's amazing to see how far we have come. From the beginning of October, this project is less than a month old, and we have 6,000 holders, even more so in the community. The project at the beginning of the month, someone had to remind me, we were sub 10 million market cap. We're sitting well above 60 million now. That's within days. And I think I have created something here, and I'm going to keep pushing forward. We had so much progress last week. Let's see what happens this week, because I'm very, very excited. And just like I said about timing, I think this is perfect timing for us to keep pushing forward. I think it's going to do really, really well. So if you haven't been paying attention, you should be. I've been doing a lot of videos. Well, a couple chipmunks. It's chasing each other. Anyways, if you guys haven't been paying attention, you should, because I've been pushing and pushing and pushing. And plus, in Discord too, so popping. Like, people are so excited about it. All right, outside of that, this week, the last thing I'll say is this week is going to be very quiet, because there's no economic data. Because the government shut down, we don't get anything. The only thing we get is a whole bunch of Fed speakers. I guess the Fed realizes that, okay, because there's lack of data, they have to fill the airwaves with something. So if you look at the agenda for this week, there's like 10 governors and presidents that are talking, okay? I looked at the rate cut situation. We're locked in for this week. In 4 weeks, at the end of October, we're going to get another rate cut. It's at 96% chance. And then in December, we're pretty much locked in at 86% chance. So there's really no more fears about not having rate cuts. But we'll see what they say. I think people are still hoping for like a 50 basis point cut on one of these. I don't know if we're going to get it, but we might. We'll see. But there's going to be a whole lot of speakers. And then Powell testifies in front of Congress on Thursday. I guess he does it every so often or every year, and Congress members go ask him about stuff and he has to answer again. I don't think he's going to say anything that's going to be unusual based on everything we have heard already. But maybe we will hear something. Maybe we will hear him try to dodge some questions about, I don't know, the new appointee, Stephen Moran, you know, and his ties to the White House, and how Trump is pushing for a 50 basis point cut. You know, these are things that the reporters asked during the FOMC press conference, right? They may press him on this even further, but Powell's good. He knows how to avoid questions. He knows how to dodge giving straight answers. So I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. And stocks have been doing really well. Tech has been doing very well. I mentioned about AI. Anything in AI is doing well. So I think that this week is going to continue. I think this week is going to be very good. And I think we may see that start as early as tonight. When Asia wakes up, they might start being the first ones to buy. And if Bitcoin can break above 125 and head to 140s by the end of this week, whew, that would be amazing for alts, for everything in crypto. So I guess we'll see. All right, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Same as usual. All right, take care. Bye-bye.